and welcome back to my channel. And I'm doing a Plan With Me today with the Color Block Mickey sticker book, and I just really love the colors in the sticker book. And this is actually right before I got my Happy Mail. I was planning this right before I got my Happy Mail from the Happy Planners virtual warehouse sale, where I got the $5 new Mickey Oasis sticker books, or Disney Oasis. So I was hoping to use those for my social media spread this week, but I ended up using them for a different spread this week, because I have two Mickey spreads this week. So, but I really like this sticker book. But one thing is what keeps me from reaching for it more often, because they're all like square shapes. I feel like you really have to find a good combo with this one to really make it cohesive, because when I just try to use just the color block book, for some reason it just doesn't, I don't know, it just seems like it needs something more. So with this one, I decided to use some pressed florals from the Big Color Story, and also from the original Pressed Florals book. So I think the colors go really well together, and it just looks nice. So I use the Mamby Stick Seek Magic Every Day. That goes with the color block book. And then I'm using some just different boxes and florals from Pressed Florals. And I also wanted to make sure it was functional, because I do need basically to have, I know a lot of people use the dashboard layout for social media, and I may switch come New Year's. I'll probably switch to the dashboard, because I got one of the neutral dashboard layouts from the collab with, trying to remember if it was Marabou or, hold on, let me look. I've got them right in front of me. The dashboard, I believe, is Spoonful of Faith. Yes, it is. And so I have that, and I'm probably going to be using that, as well as I think my stepdaughter may be using that one as well. So we shall see what she decides. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So I do need to have it sectioned off a little bit. So I like to have a space sectioned off where I can just put what I'm going to post each day, so I can glance and see what I have lined up for the week. And then I've also been doing a section for filming and editing as well, so I can see what I have left to do, what I have done. So essentially I'm just making my own little dashboard layout here, if that makes any sense. But I do need the dailies as well, so I can remind myself what needs to be done that day. So I think a dashboard will probably work well for me. It seems to work really well for everyone else who uses it for that purpose. In the meantime, I'm using the vertical, and it works just fine for my purposes right now. So I don't have like that much that I need to keep up with, really. I just keep up with what I'm going to post for each day, and what I have planned for filming, and ideas for like different things like reels or whatever, which I really would like to get more into making reels. But I find they take a lot of time, and when you have a toddler and you're already basically like, it's already like a job, sort of, when you're filming and editing and uploading and just making sure that you're being consistent. It feels almost like a job. Of course it's fun, I love it, but just to spend more time would be stretching me pretty thin right now. With her being here with me at home, it's just hard to say no to her when she's only 3.5, and when she wants to play or she's hungry, or whatever it may be, is hard to like interrupt what I'm doing and go, or it's hard to say no to her as well, because I'm here with her. I don't want her to think I'm ignoring her. So should have probably whited out that blue box behind it, because now that I'm looking, you can really see that shadow from the purple decorative box, but it's okay. I honestly, in real life, you can't even notice it. So I'm just I try to stick with mostly the same color scheme and the same type of, where it's like the rainbow, each letter is a different color for the Mickey quotes. so that it would be a little more cohesive. I think I'm using that word properly in that context, but I do like how the colors all go together. And right now I'm just looking for a few accents to sort of pull it together. This wasn't like my most favorite spread I've ever done. I feel like I always sort of struggle when I use the color block Mickey, but now I'm looking for just a few more accents. So I pulled the little tiny washi strips from the pressed florals, and just to add a little color through there, and tie that big Mamby stick in with the rest of the page. And I'm also going to grab more florals here shortly. I like the 2 yellow ones, but I felt like it needed something more. I mean, you can't have enough florals. I feel like that's like my motto sometimes. Like, I try to be minimal, and sometimes I do fine, but sometimes a little bit I overdo it. So with the flowers, but they're just so pretty. As long as I have room to write, it's all good. So I'm just trying to make these little washi strips fit in there, in that space. I probably didn't actually need that long box down the side, but it will probably come in useful, and it's really cute. So it goes with the Create Magic, and it looks nice with the Always Trust Your Heart. So in the top left and the bottom right sort of looks good. And then I just added a few other Mickey accents. I don't want to do too much, and honestly, like I said, I kind of struggle finding combinations or finding different placement that's gonna look good. So I did a lot of yellow in here, and I was I felt like I did anyways, kept adding little yellow flowers, and I just felt like I needed to add a little more. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just looking, and this whole middle section of my planning, I've basically got all the pre-planning done that I had, like my rough draft, and then I'm just trying to add to it because I just wasn't happy with how it looked thus far. I just felt like I needed something more. Honestly, I think it probably would have done better without that purple decorative box in the top left corner. It was just really pretty, and I think it looks okay, but it probably would have looked better without, I think. So now I'm just trying to find what florals I'm going to do, and I want to do florals around the whole Mamby stick there, so just sort of to accent that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it because it's still attached in the middle. There's really not much to say about the spread. I'm just going to put flowers around. Just the placement is what I'll have to worry about. So, yeah. So, guys, today, the craziest thing happened here in Georgia. My Alexa starts, going off, and it's a siren. It's, loud. And it had been raining all morning. And my phone starts ringing immediately. And then within, 20 seconds, the siren near my house, the weather alert siren, it starts going off, and so everything's happening all at once, and it's what is happening? So Alexa is telling me there's a tornado warning, flash flood warning, and my mom and my dad were both calling back to back, and I guess my husband had not even heard what was going on, and I couldn't dial him out because the service because of the storm was really bad. So I talked to my dad briefly, and then let them know we were okay. And but yeah, we were under a tornado warning, and the outside, all of a sudden the trees just start circular spinning, spiral spinning around, and it's just kind of coming and going. So the trees will be spinning and just blowing really relentlessly, and then it'll do that for a few minutes, and then it'll sort of still a little bit. It was it'll be still. And then my daughter was freaking out. She was really scared. She was crying and saying, I miss my daddy. and you know, I'm just trying to console her, but I'm also panicking, and I'm like on the verge of a panic attack at this point. I don't know why, but it just really freaked me out. The weather was looking really bad, and everybody, you know, blowing me up, and the sirens, it just put me in this panic mode. And so I'm like, we're gonna run to Sissy's room, because that's the room that has no windows, so it's like sort of in the back, and it's sort of like up against the wall, and yeah, so anyways, it's like the safest room in the house, and that, or either the bathroom, but the bathroom's attached to the living room, which is covered with windows. Like, we have bay windows all around the whole living room, so we could have went in there, I guess, but anyways, I told her, we're gonna go to Sissy's room if it gets really bad, and just listen to mommy, and you know, we'll run if we need to. But anyways, the tornado never actually touched down here, so thank God. But this is how my spread ended up. I got carried away talking. And I really love how I put the florals around. I think that kind of brought it together, and it looks a lot prettier. And I'm going to punch that and then put it in my planner. But yeah, I really love the way it looks. So I hope y'all enjoyed watching and hearing my story. Have a great day, guys.